I'm curious what it goes to, because it's not to space or salaries or everything.
I've wondered about this because, you think about, say, in London, and most of these companies average teams of maybe 2 to 4, average being 3, I would say, usually. On the sort of, when you go into the Accelerator program, usually 3 or 4. It's like, that's not gonna go very far. Like that's not a lot of money. It's like one person's salary.
So where does it? What does it go? Usually, I mean.
So I'll answer that question, but I'll comment on something you said earlier, which is around sort of the blog pieces that I've written. Each blog piece that I've written has been a function of certain stories or certain things that have happened and that I've witnessed, and therefore these blog posts are designed to avoid those things in the future. Mistakes cost money. So therefore, making that money go further involves you making less mistakes. And then there's certain kinds of mistakes that are totally normal as part of the company's evolution, right? Is this customer segment interested? Is this not? Is this marketing channel appropriate, or is this one? All those things are kind of normal. What's not normal is, did you have to pay a ridiculously high legal fee because you screwed up the way that you set up your company? Like that's why some of the blog posts I've written have been around that. So assume for a second that you get everything in terms of company formation, founder agreements, and all that kind of stuff set up right. Then all you're doing is focusing money on building out a team or maintaining a team until you can get your next round of financing. So the 50,000 euros is really designed mostly in getting that market traction, that product market fit required to go and raise an additional round of capital. It's not designed to hold you off for like another year or so. Obviously, if you're just one guy, it goes further than if you're 4 guys. But increasingly, founders are telling us that it's not really about the money as much as it is about the mentoring and the advice and the network. So the money definitely is a factor for some. 50,000 euros definitely can help for several companies that maybe it's a young founding team and they need to move to London and they need to do a lot of sort of setup costs. But we do provide them with some space at our offices. We also have a 150,000 euro founders pack, which we offer to companies, so that reduces their cash burn as well. That includes stuff like accounting services, legal services, hosting services. So the net effect is you're basically using 50,000 for living expenses.
Really? Okay. So that goes to salaries, really, and living.
The program itself is designed to try to reduce the amount of costs and then provide you with services that further reduce your operational costs. And then you're left with, food, lodging.
So it doesn't go into customer acquisition, or it doesn't go into a developer or coding or marketing or any of that stuff?
It could. Some of it could, right? I mean, it's up to them how they choose to use it. But the objective is that hopefully with a lot of the packages that we have within our Founders Pack, that a lot of that could be offset by that.
So the Founders Pack is an additional $150,000 of value you give them through agreements you have with other service companies.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, so it's more than just the 50.
Yeah.
Because that seems like it would go quick.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Is that? I didn't know that actually, that you had the extra packages. Was that widely known?
Yeah, it's on our website. I think we also have a few listings of the people that provide us stuff. I mean, we have some great partners that provide us, like, I'll give you an example, like Rackspace, like hosting, that kind of stuff where you'll, Amazon, where you're gonna have to use that. You're gonna have to pay some Amazon web credits at some point. So it's great if you get sponsorship there. So it's great for the companies not to have to use that money to test out, for example, other forms of customer acquisition, rather than worrying about necessarily covering certain sort of fundamental costs of operation.
Okay. I'm curious.
I potentially failed to do in my situation was really sit down and hash out what is our vision, what are our different roles, kind of what's expected from each person. And I think those are things that can make or break a company or a project.
That's good advice. We haven't heard that one before.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, the co-founder stuff is cool. And you even see it, the Twitter co-founders had in the early days, and a lot of people think or are saying BlackBerry